Hey guys, I'm Katie Nolan. Today is Thursday, April 18th. News happened and it's depressing, but this is your Guyism Speed Round. For the first day probably ever in history and ever again in the history of news, if you watched the Guyism Speed Round as your prime source of news yesterday, you were probably more educated than if you watched CNN. They reported nice and early that Boston police had a suspect from the marathon bombings in custody, which wasn't at all true, and then they spent the rest of their broadcast backtracking in the most hilariously uncomfortable and unprofessional fashion I've ever seen on television. Like at one point, Anderson Cooper and these two other people were saying that it would be absolutely ridiculous to think that police would already have not only identified a suspect, but taken them into custody, which basically says that they were idiots for reporting it in the first place. I can't even. And then, at one point, Juliet Kayyem, who will now forever be known as CNN Lady, said that hopefully this person will be caught soon because the United States isn't that big. It's hard to argue that logic because this woman was able to find a job, so we can find anything here. And then one more depressing thing that happened, because why not? You know, why not kick America while it's down repeatedly in the butthole? There was an explosion at a fertilizer plant outside of Waco, Texas last night, right around 8 p.m. The only upside is that when CNN's broadcast today is full of shit, well, at least it's supposed to be, I guess. This is a tough job to do, you guys, when the news is incredibly depressing. It's just very confusing. We're all surrounded by like hate and anger and like, what do you do in this situation? I wish I had more uplifting words for you. The best I can offer is hold on. Just hold on for a couple more days, because on Sunday everything will be clear and our leader will emerge to tell us what to do. It's the premiere of What Would Ryan Lochte Do? Finally, we'll have some answers and some guidance. Justin Bieber has decided to continue down his path of doing stupid things, and he posted this illustration to his Instagram that depicts him naked. He's the one labeled Justin, and a naked girl labeled Belieber. And I must say, Anne Frank looks good for her age. Budweiser says its engineers spent the last several years developing its newest can, which they're saying is a beer can like no other. Bud Light also has a beer can like no other, in that it contains water. According to a real estate agent in DC, the phrase master bedroom is being phased completely out of realty. Here in New York, that happened years ago because we all live in slave bedrooms. Seriously, I could touch my walls. A Texas teacher accused of fondling one of her first grade students says that that's absolutely impossible because the little girl is black and she's incredibly racist. Not a child molester, just not a fan of black kids. That's a good defense. Actually, in Texas, that's probably gonna work. Researchers at the University of British Columbia have found that Tylenol can help reduce anxiety associated with thoughts of existential uncertainty and death, making chewable Tylenol tablets the #2 most important thing to remember to pick up on your munchie run. #1, of course, being Funyuns. Police in Pennsylvania are looking for a man who pulled up to a bar he was dissatisfied with and threw a dead groundhog inside. Which of course means we've got 6 more weeks of Sam Adams winter, I think. A debt study out of Harvard that has been used for years by conservatives to justify austerity pushes around the globe has been found to be fake. Can you believe that? Something that conservatives use to justify the things they believe in has been found to be fake? What? That's crazy. And that's going to do it for your speed round, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button, share it with your friends, subscribe to our channel, and be sure to leave a comment down below letting me know which part made you laugh the loudest. If you haven't laughed yet today, there'll be a link in the description to a video that will make you do so. Also, there's another Compete with Katie competition over at DraftKings. You guys aren't really kicking my ass that hard, so you should probably try. There's an $11 entry fee. First place gets an iPad mini. Cool. And 2nd through 10th place win some of your money back. Just go click, I'll put the URL in the description. Gambling is fun, so you should probably do it. Enjoy your Thursdays. Head over to my Facebook and leave me some viewer email. And if you don't want to do that because you did it last week and I didn't answer it, that's okay. I'll just answer those questions too. I will see you all tomorrow with more headlines that you need to know. A debt study out of Harvard that's long been used by conservatives for years to justify why can't I use the English language today? Budweiser says its engineers spent the last several years, I said several years. This news is brought to you by Elmer Fudd.